It's a DeLorean! Wow, it's so cool. Man, I don't see any DeLoreans driving around these streets, man. I'm in Salad and I saw Back to the Future. It is directed by Robert Zemeckis, and if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. The movie starts with Marty McFly. He's living with a family who's really sad and down on themselves. We have an alcoholic mother. We have a loser father, George, who gets bullied essentially by his good old pals that he's known since high school. And I'm like, okay, Marty McFly is the only guy here with real ambition. What is he doing here? Why is all of his parents like this? He failed the audition to get into band class, and I'm like, oh man, that kind of sucks. I don't recall ever having to audition for band class per se in my experience of 6 years of band. However, drum corps I had to audition for. But this must be some really prestigious high school, or there must be some new rules that allow lots of people to be in band, whether they care about it or not, in the new modern millennium. Marty McFly's down on his luck, and I'm like, yo, just keep on going, guy, just keep doing it, you'll get it eventually. And he's like, man, I'm so sad, how will I ever become someone good? I feel like I'm just going to end up like a loser like my parents. And I'm like, yeah, how? It's such a common theme, struggle that I personally have experienced with around that age of Marty McFly. I'm like, I don't want to become like my parents. I have bigger ambitions than they do. Marty McFly has his good old pal, the doc, with this Rube Goldberg machine feeding a dog. And I'm like, first of all, where you at? Why are you not letting all your dog eat the food that's in this bowl? There's so much food here. Do you not have a timer or something? But of course, he's done it. He's created a time travel machine. I'm like, ah, yes, dude. All right, show me it working. Please, show me the ropes. And he's like, all right, you gotta have 1 plutonium to do 1 trip. 2 plutonium even equal 2 trips. So if you go back in the past, well, you're kind of stuck there if you have only 1 plutonium on him. It's a DeLorean. Wow, it's so cool. Man, I don't see any DeLoreans driving around these streets, man. I want a DeLorean. Give me a DeLorean. I especially want one that goes 88 miles per hour and travels back to the future, because that'd be cool. You know what I would do if I had a DeLorean time machine? I would go back to the dinosaurs and pet myself some dinosaurs. That'd be pretty cool. We're at the parking lot at the mall, and you know what's at the mall? The DeLorean and terrorists, and the terrorists pull up and do a bit of brah, 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 brah. And I'm like, no, he's dead. Marty McFly has to jump into the DeLorean, go 88 miles per hour trying to get out of here because he's being chased by these terrorists with guns, and he ends up going back to the past, 1955 to be very exact. And I'm like, oh boy, you gotta be very careful. You only got 1 plutonium, so you used up your plutonium when you went back to the past, and now you gotta find a way to even get back to 1985. You gotta find Brown, you gotta find Doc Brown. All right, you gotta find him. You gotta tell him, hey, you invented a time machine, and what are you doing with this big house? Sell it. He doesn't actually tell him to sell it in this movie, but Doc is like, all right, I'm going to take all of my life savings after seeing the creation that I did, that I got. And also, he just so happened to get a little flash. He got hit in the head with the toilet, and he got a little flash of whatever the 3-prong thing is. That's cool. I liked it. It looked like a clover. Pretty unlucky though. It needed 4 prongs. Marty McFly is like, all right, we got a lightning storm. Doc Brown be like, yo, there's gonna be this lightning storm. How do you know there's gonna be a lightning storm here? Well, actually, look at this. Bam! Here's some evidence. I remember that was the exact day that the clock tower stroke no time no more. And I'm like, all right, cool, we got a plan in action. What will he do during the time in which he has to figure out, A, why cannot George ever get a chick? I mean, seriously, would you look at his luck? Oh, he's gonna be a peeping Tom. He's gonna look at Lorraine, the chick that he's eventually supposed to marry and is the mother of Marty McFly. But Marty McFly catches him. He does a little fall. Marty McFly gets him out of the way. Instead, Marty McFly gets hit by a car. And I'm like, no, man, Lorraine's in love with you. This gives me some really weird feelings. Lorraine is trying to get up in your pants. And I'm like, no, keep them on. Keep them on. And Marty McFly is like the same thing. And I'm like, what is going on here? This is hilarious. Having a simple conversation in the dinner table is hilarious. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Let's have some dinner. Oh, I'm gonna look at you with those nice eyes on my face, and you're gonna love my face. And Marty McFly is like, no, I don't want to be anywhere near you. We gotta chill, okay? You can't do this. And the parents' commentary is just like, weird kid. I'm like, ha ha, yeah, if only you knew. First of all, I like how George has no confidence in getting to ask out Lorraine, but Lorraine is head over heels to Marty McFly, so we gotta create a situation which George is painted in the best light possible, and that Lorraine will be like indebted to him and feel lovey-dovey towards him. And I'm like, all right, how are they gonna pull this scheme off? You know what Lorraine says, and I quote, Marty McFly, more like hunk of a guy. They gotta go to the dance in which George and Lorraine had to fall in love, but oh no, Lorraine and George aren't together. How will they have a nice little kiss and conceive babies? And no, there's a time passing by, and there's a picture that's fading with the kids of Lorraine and George. I'm like, no, Marty McFly, you don't have enough time. How will you not die? What an awesome sequence of events. How George gets Lorraine. All right, so we have George's best old pal buddy, Buffy, Butthead. I'm gonna call him Butthead. So we have Butthead over here. He's like, oh, I'm gonna take advantage of you, Lorraine. You're just gonna sit in the car alone. I'm gonna touch you in uncomfortable places. I'm like, no, don't do that. George gathers all two of his balls, quite massive, and he's like, yo, don't do that to her. And he stands up to him, and I'm like, yo, George, you're finally standing up to your bullies, and you gotta put them in place, and you're gonna take the girl, and you're gonna gain the confidence, like, yes, awesome. Also, mechanically, Marty McFly created a few tunes in this world. He started playing some like classic songs from like the 50s, and he's just like, yeah, jamming out. And these songs didn't exist, but they were from this year, and they took them from Marty McFly. I'm like, oh my goodness, what? Who created the idea? Was it the song first or Marty McFly first? Who heard the song? Who created it? This is a chicken and the egg situation. Chuck Berry, did Chuck Berry create this, or did Marty McFly? Leave your answers below. We got a lightning sequence. I see how Doc Brown is so weird, all right? He gets struck by lightning trying to take this gerrymandered, maneuvered lightning connector thing, and then, oh no, all of it's falling apart. How are we going to get it at the exact same time? Looks like I'm going to have to hold it together as Marty McFly does a little zoom, and then he gets a wire cut onto the power part, and then he goes vroom into space and time. And I like how Marty McFly is like, yo, you gotta look at this paper. I got a paper for you, man. It's your fate. Yo, you're gonna get shot by these terrorists. He's like, I don't want to do it. Don't tell me. It's gonna mess with time and space. But when Marty McFly goes back to the future, he goes 10 minutes before the terrorists get there. And I love how he sees the terrorists driving to the spot in which they're gonna shoot Doc McFly is there to chase them, And I'm like, oh my goodness, is he gonna catch him up? Is he gonna catch him? Oh, nope, he gets shot. But luckily, Doc Brown took his advice and had some bulletproof vest. I'm like, yes, awesome, I'm so happy. Marty McFly has a better life. George, Lorraine, still together. They have a nice house. George is able to stand up for himself and therefore has a better life and isn't sad. And it seems like Lorraine isn't a depressed alcoholic, and plus it seems like everyone's just having a grand old time over here, which I appreciate. And also Butthead over here, he's in George's position now. When at the beginning of the movie, George was a sad sack loser. Now we have Butthead, who is a sad sack loser. So I really appreciate that character turn. And this is how the movie ends, all right? This movie is so good. I like it so much. Did you know that I've never seen this movie before? Yes, I have never seen this movie before, and I cannot tell you how much I enjoyed it. It's such a blast. You know what I was genuinely thinking watching this? I'm like, oh, this is where Rick and Morty gets it from. And I like this more than Rick and Morty. Looking at the source material, I'm like, yeah, I like this a lot, honestly. I mean, it's not like super cynical like Rick and Morty is, but I really like this. And also the cool puff jacket, very easy to find on Amazon. It's so iconic, I love it. I just had to get one. What do you think of my puff jacket? Leave a comment. Overall, the character progression is great. I love the camera work. I love the focusing on every detail that you must know in order to convey the story, including like shots of like the lightning, shots of like, oh, things are disconnecting, oh, there's some power surges, oh, there's some bad moments, oh, there's some good moments. It's just overall very well paced. I thought this movie was great. I want to see it again. Oh my goodness, I would love to see this again. Let me know which Back to the Future is your favorite, because I've heard there are several. This is the one that they go to 1995. I actually remember a big old hype about Back to the Future 2 back in 2015 on the internet, and I never decided to watch Back to the Future 2. So Back to the Future 2 will be next month. How pretty crazy is that? Are you excited for my review on Back to the Future 2? Leave a comment. I gotta give this movie based on my personal enjoyment and how well I think it is done technically, plus the story and the character and the pacing. It's all so great. I gotta give it a solid like 9.5 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. YouTube really likes that. You can also like, comment, subscribe, share this video with everyone you know. The ultimate goal of this channel is for me to become an expert movie reviewer. So if I haven't reviewed it on the channel, there's a chance I haven't even seen it at all. If you'd like to request a movie in the comments below, you can do that. I can fast track a movie review at patreon.com/ASEPresents. $20 a month for one movie review per 1 month. $3 a month how to draw Pokemon tutorials posted early and first all at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness of all these daily movie reviews, you can go to this link tree, find the way that you can help support the daily grind of all these daily movie reviews. So you can go here. And until next time, in South, I'll see you later, my South Croutons. Big bits.